It's our first Q&A. Half of the questions are from people that we don't know that have found the Good Love Co. So we want to say welcome and we're glad you're here. What is an ideal afternoon or nighttime routine after work as a married couple who both are tired from their day at work? Like literally this has been our kryptonite.
100%.
How to keep loving and close yet appropriate boundaries with in-laws.
I may or may not use her as a threat against you every now and then when you're...
How do you make your speech so uplifting to one another? I make 20 mistakes a day, so I'm like, sorry. But Josh takes him longer.
I have to be careful with what I say about that right now.
You're my sky, you're my blue. I'll be sticking with you.
Hello and welcome to the Good Love Co podcast. My name is Paulina.
My name is Josh, and here we believe you were created for a good love, and it's worth healing and fighting for.
Which is why we begin conversations and create resources so that you can experience healthy connection. And today, as you can see, as evidenced by our outfits, we're a little casual because instead of coming prepared with our research and our verses and all the things ready, we're doing a little Q&A situation, honey.
We're keeping it casual today.
It's our first Q&A.
It's our first Q&A. It's going to be pretty casual. We're not, like you said, we're not going to be super professional in this one.
And you don't know this, but like half of the questions are from our friends and family who are so supportive and so loving.
Let's go.
But half of these are from people that we don't know that have found the Good Love Co. So we want to say welcome and we're glad you're here. And our little corner of the internet is growing, and we're so happy with this little community.
Yeah, we have a new announcement to make, by the way.
What is it?
We are sponsored by nobody.
But we are declaring a Poppy sponsorship. You know, honey, on that note.
Just looks good, right? Look, the green and the yellow, that's exactly what our colors are, just a different shade.
These are our colors. We swapped out orange for yellow. Because I'm a yellow girly and it just fit better. Okay, so that's a new update. And just really quick on that poppy note.
Yeah, what happened?
I was at Walmart the other day and they had poppies on sale for 25 cents, okay?
Which is crazy.
Which is crazy because poppies are usually like $2 and some change per can.
Right.
So I text my girls like, yo, does anybody want some poppies? They're 25 cents. And while I'm waiting for them to respond, I told them, I said, you have 5 minutes to answer me if you want some.
It's like a hostage situation.
I'm just waiting by the poppy cases.
Yeah.
And this older Hispanic couple walks by and they're like talking in Spanish, like, oh, I wonder what this is. Like, and in Spanish, I give them a whole spiel. I'm like, es como un refresco, pero con mucho menos azúcar. And I just tell them like, it's like soda, but with way less sugar. So don't expect it to like be like Sprite, but this is their Sprite flavor.
You're
and
helping
I gave
their
them a whole
expectations.
spiel.
Yeah.
And they took 5 cans with them.
There you go. And
So
how many
Poppy,
cans did you get? Tell
they
the people.
weren't all for me because my girls did respond before the 5-minute timer was up. But I walked out with 60 poppy cans.
60 at the self-checkout where they said, oh, all you have to do is type in 60.
Oh my God.
And there weren't, the little thing didn't come up. So some person
Vanessa from Walmart, shout out, because she literally
60
scanned
times.
them.
Beep,
She
beep,
was like, don't worry, as we scan it, the quantity thing is going to come up, like it's going to pop up. It never popped up. But then she was too committed, so she couldn't stop. So she was just swiping and swiped all 60
I might
of
put
them.
the video right here as that's happening.
Shout out, Vanessa. Thank you very much.
But you came
really
home with
appreciate
60 of the cans. 60 specifically of this flavor.
This lemon lime. Now, I will say, honestly, it's not the best poppy flavor. However, you mix this with a little tart cherry concentrate.
Yeah.
Put a little tahini rim on it.
Ooh.
It's a little mocktail. You're welcome. You are welcome.
It's a good little idea. I like it. And it's a better drink than a soda.
Yeah.
So you're still getting that flavoring, which is great.
So anyway, we're getting into our Q&A. It's casual. Sit back.
Exactly.
If you are doing your dishes, if you're on a drive, we pray that you get to wherever you're getting safely.
If you're on your workout, get that set in right now. Do it. Go in.
We believe in you. You got this.
Go. Come on.
Look at you.
You did it.
We're proud of you.
Congrats.
So with that, welcome. Also, Poppy, we're going to insert this in the future when you do finally sponsor us. We'll have evidence of the declaration of faith that have been made.
That's right.
In anticipation. And with that, honey, are you ready for our first question?
I am so ready for this. You know, we've asked 100 different times, even though we've only had 12 episodes, 4 comments and 4 questions, which, again, we understand. We're still getting to know one another. And it's going to be a little bit until we get a whole bunch of questions in the comment section. But we actually said, hey, we're doing a Q&A episode. And all of a sudden, we got a whole bunch of questions.
We have a few. And I've seen the questions. You haven't necessarily seen them.
No.
So again, we're not going to have like our Bible verses ready to go or any research necessarily, because we're kind of just, it's a Q&A. We're giving our opinion on these things.
Off the top of our head.
And we hope it's helpful. So honey, we're going to go ahead and jump right in.
Let's do it.
What is an ideal afternoon or nighttime routine after work as a married couple who both are tired from their day at work? That's a great one.
It's a very realistic question. Like very practical. Like this is a situation that's going to happen. We're all going to be tired. We're married. What's a good routine?
I think it's timely too.
Yeah, because we've started doing a new thing in our routine. You want to share?
It's changed for us over the years. So we've been married for a little over 4 years. And I think that it's changed depending on the seasons. And of course, I feel like depending on where you're at in your life, it's going to be completely different. I would imagine when we have kids, our evening routine is going to look super different.
That's right.
But I kind of like the rhythm that we're getting into right now.
Yeah. I mean, first of all, the idea that you want to have a routine, really good. That's awesome. Directing that time is important because a lot of people want to have a really awesome morning routine, but in reality, the night routine is actually more important so that you get a really good night's sleep and that you're ready to go.
And that sets you up for the whole day.
Yeah, it sets you up. The night routine, I think, is more important than the morning routine. So what have we started doing, babe?
So what it started to look like for us is one of us will make dinner. Some of the time, I think something that we're getting into right now is I'll make like the sides and you cook the proteins, just because I don't necessarily love cooking meat.
Yeah.
So that's been going pretty well. Then we'll eat, usually be watching TV during that time because that's a way that we kind of relax. We try to watch something funny. And then what we're starting to do is that at a specific time, we're going into our room, which like shutting down the kitchen, cleaning everything up, getting everything in its place.
That's very important. In my opinion, it's super important. Just having a nice clean slate for the next morning.
Which I agree with. I just think that sometimes there can be exceptions to that.
Yeah, I'm a little bit more like, it needs to happen. You'll be like, hey, it's like super late. We need to just go to sleep. We can take care of it in the morning, which is fair.
But on a day-to-day, like what we're trying to do, what we're working on as we're building these routines up is we've cleaned up the kitchen, we've closed down the house, we've reset the living room. And we're also aware of like, okay, you had a heavier day today, so let me like pick up the load a little bit and vice versa, which I really enjoy.
Exactly. But
here's my favorite part.
Yeah, go ahead, tell them.
Is that what we were slipping into, which I think a lot of people do, is that we would just be watching TV until we got super tired, and then it was a quick shower and go to bed.
Yeah.
What we're doing instead, because we want to be intentional about our time and also setting ourselves up for the next day, is that once we go into our room, we have our showers and things like that, and then we get in bed at 10. That's our goal right now. 10 or 11, okay?
Yeah.
Here's what I love about that, is that first of all, when you're just sitting on the couch, you're sabotaging your own sex life. Can we get into this?
Sure, yeah.
Like, I just want to be honest and real.
Yeah.
Of like setting yourself up of like, now we have this hour in our room where we're showered, everything is done for the day, and we're chilling and phones are aside.
That's the big one.
And that's hard to do because we all want the dopamine of watching TV, of scrolling through our phones.
It's so difficult.
But so far, we've really enjoyed phones aside.
Yeah.
And what we're doing is, again, we then have that hour available where we're starting to wind down. So,
yeah, alone time together.
Things sometimes get fun.
Oh, yeah.
But something else that we're doing that's practical.
Don't listen to this, Mom. God. And my mother-in-law, please. Close your ears.
They'll celebrate us. Well, we're not going to get into specifics. Something else that we just started doing last night that I loved is we're starting to read a chapter of a book together each night.
Together. You read one page, I read the other page, and we just read through it together. We're actually reading Dopamine Nation.
Yep.
Which already chapter 1, mind-blowing, crazy, super interesting, and we get to do it together, which is really nice.
Which we love. So anyway, we can get into a few more specifics because like while we're still watching TV and eating dinner, like we'll have a chia drink that we love because it also sets us up. But what we're wanting to do is set up our minds, our brains, our bodies for good rest. And listen, having a good meal, good sex, and a good read, that's a great formula for good sleep.
To get ready for a good night's sleep. And again, that good night's sleep sets you up for success.
It does.
When you have two people who are not well rested, it is usually like you're on an uphill battle. You're not going downhill or even neutral. You're fighting uphill.
Yeah.
And it's just you're making life so much more difficult. So try to at least get a good night's sleep. Prioritize that time. Really be intentional about it. If you have to be on your phone, one trick that we found online that's actually helpful, like you can watch funny little videos and laugh and, enjoy that. That's okay. But maybe like put your phone to like a grayscale in the options or an all red.
Yes.
Because you can make your screen completely all red,
on
which is
iPhones,
really cool.
Yeah.
On iPhones. And that actually makes it so that you're not getting that blue light so that you can actually fall asleep better and have a better night's rest.
And because you're not seeing all the colors, like you just don't even want to stay on it.
The dopamine is not as strong.
It's so incredible how that works.
And to be fair, like, again, we're not perfect at this by any means. This is our goal that we're trying to strive towards and we're trying to do our best on. And so hopefully we can encourage you to try to do it with us and go along the ride with us.
And I love this question because that's something that we've struggled with for like literally this has been our kryptonite.
100%.
Right?
Yes.
Like because even when we were dating, I would be working and in school all day. You were working and doing your thing. So we would catch up at night and then go to sleep late because we just wanted to talk and be connected and all of the things. And then I think that when we got married, it was like, oh my gosh, it's like a sleepover with my best friend every night. And we took that way too, like, we have free will and we have used that in not the best ways in the sense of like not helping our rest.
Yeah.
And
unfortunately.
So, that's something that we're literally currently focused on and adjusting.
We're working on it. We're trying to get better at it and we're focused on it lately. So it's a timely question.
And we're enjoying it. So timely
absolutely.
question. If it comes up at some other point in the future, I'm sure we'll talk about routines at some point once we've actually like really gotten this down. And so we'll definitely share an update on that.
Sounds good.
All right. So
Next
second
one.
question, how to keep loving and close yet appropriate boundaries with in-laws?
That's a great question. I am in the fortunate position where I have a great mother-in-law and father-in-law. So I want to be careful because I know that a lot of people don't have that type of relationship where it's, where there's a really good closeness, there are good boundaries, and that they are very respectful and loving towards us.
I want to chime in here as well to say I also have the dreamiest mother-in-law. Mother-in-love is what I call her.
Yeah, mother-in-law, in-laws, not in-laws.
No, they are
in-loves.
love.
That's right.
They are amazing. Like my mother-in-law, literally, almost every week, not every week, but pretty much
a lot of the time.
Every time I go, she has like a little lip gloss, like a little hair clip, something.
Some type of bag, some type of something.
High heels. Listen, all my best bags are from my mother-in-law. Like she's just.
And what do I get?
Thinking about me.
I get a hug and some
if
love.
Ever, I know that if ever there's
I love you, Mom. I'm just
disagreement,
messing with you.
she got me.
I know she's on your side. I mean, my goodness.
But my mom has your back.
Yep, she does. And I may or may not use her as a threat against you every now and then when you're keeping me up and messing with me and teasing me or hiding my phone or doing something. I'm just like, I'm telling your mom. I'm telling your mom.
Or if I'm not drinking water or taking my vitamins.
I know that your mom will be fighting. She'll be fighting with me. She'll be on my side. She's got my back.
Oh, okay. So let's talk about
some
healthy
boundaries
boundaries and
Yeah.
even some of the wisdom that they've given us. And I think one of the main things that come to mind that your dad taught us before we got married. I think we were still dating at this time.
Yeah, this was like when we were engaged and when we were starting to get into getting close to marriage, right? Or was it even before?
I think it may have been around that time period.
Yeah.
And I remember that your dad said, hey, your first year of marriage is where you are setting precedent for how you do things and how you want others to treat you. So make sure that you are setting those things up that work for you guys, right? Because you are going to be the family unit. And something really hard to recognize as well is that then they become our extended family, right? My parents are no longer like my family unit.
They're not the nucleus.
They're not our nuclear family anymore. They are now our extended family because we are now creating
you and me.
Our nuclear family, right?
Yep.
So that to me was such a key because we were then super intentional about how we did things. From holidays, I knew that I wanted holidays to be super clear. I didn't want to go into every year arguing about like, no, we're doing Thanksgiving with your family and Christmas with mine. And I'm so thankful that we set that up.
Which, by the way, we just alternate, if you wanted to know. We'll alternate Thanksgiving in New York and then Christmas in Fort Worth, or it'll be vice versa the next year. So that made it very easy because we started that from the very beginning.
And then we swapped. And it's been hard. Like there was one Christmas where my family all of a sudden decided to rent Airbnb for the first time. I'm like, I was in that house for 21 years and I'm talking about my whole extended family, cousins, aunts, uncles.
You could have done that the year before while you were there or the year after.
Like, no, you have to come. And we were like, no,
this is what we set up.
This is what we set up. And our family here is expecting us for Christmas. And that's how we've done it. And it's really worked for us.
Well, it makes it so we prioritize it too. So it's planned. We can have that anticipation and we get to enjoy it 100%, which is great.
Exactly. So to answer that question, then I think part of it is, number one, understand that especially that first year, if you're not yet married, you are setting that precedent. So don't just go with the waves and be mindful about the decisions that you're making, what you are allowing, because that matters. And I think a second key that I love that we've done is I have a lovely relationship with my in-laws. You have a great relationship with my parents. And if there's ever any conflict, anything that we disagree with, it's not your job to go confront my parents about it.
That's right.
I do that. I confront my parents if there ever is a conversation that needs to be had and vice versa.
That's exactly right.
Do you want to talk more on that?
Yeah.
Where did we learn that from?
I believe either my dad or somebody, it was some wisdom that I remember hearing, and I think it's just really good advice. And that is exactly what you said. Whenever there's an issue or something going on, you handle your side of the family, I handle my side of the family. What does that mean? I'm not going to go confront your family about something going on between us or with you. You are going to deal with that with them. And the same on my side. I'm going to talk to my family about things if there's any kind of issues that come up. And the reason why is pretty simple. Like, you're always going to lose in the situation. So if I choose, for example, my in-law side, or if I choose your side, one of you two is going to absolutely be against me and hate me for doing that. Where the better way to do it is that you just handle that on your end. And I don't get involved in it unless there was something absolutely crazy. Obviously, like, you can't say that for probably every single situation, but on most things, that's probably the best bet.
Yeah. On the other side of that as well, is that should there ever be a situation where, let's say, your family was speaking badly about me, which thankfully has not been the case.
Right.
Or my family was speaking badly about you. They were criticizing you. They were crossing boundaries. It's not your job to make that right.
Yeah.
Right? Because the reality is they are always going to love me. They're always going to have my back and vice versa. It is my role to say, hey, Mom, when you spoke to Josh that way, that was not okay.
It's not my job to go tell her.
No,
that.
It's not. Because again, you get to just come in and be a happy son in love and not do any of the confrontation. And I think that when that doesn't happen, when there are, let's say, in-laws who don't respect boundaries, or where there is a rupture or a disagreement, which is normal. Like, we're all human, right? When the spouse of the family that is offending doesn't stand up for their spouse, that person feels so isolated and so othered, because it's like, oh, you guys are a family and I'm just the
Exactly.
outsider.
Right.
And so again, it's my job then as your wife, if my family were coming at you, to say, hey, that's not okay. And for us to have an alliance before anything else.
Yeah, because we are one. And,
Yes.
that's super important just to keep that in mind. And again, we can't speak to the fact when there's just a bad situation where it's truly like there's just not good relationships either way with in-laws.
In the situation that there isn't ideal situations, though, the reason that we have things such as monster in-laws and all these sayings and like these jokes that have gone on for generations and generations of how much people hate their mother-in-laws.
Yep.
It's for a reason. And I would recommend in that situation, get some help, get some counsel. That is a great reason to go to couples therapy, to define boundaries and to also get a different perspective, because that is only going to grow and grow and grow over time.
Yep.
So you want to address that as soon as possible, instead of either hiding that offense, or you guys, every time you leave your in-laws, are arguing in the car about something. Like, that is a problem, and that should not be the case. So yeah,
It's a really good
I
point.
would say that. So the next question is, what is a good marriage in 3 words? That's hard.
In 3 words, it's a good question.
A good marriage in 3 words.
The first thing that comes to mind is something with service. So mine would be serve one another.
That's good.
Serve one another. Serving one another. Something along those lines.
Serving one another. I love that, honey.
Yeah, and God in center. Like, you could do that one too, But I would say serving one another, having the other person, their needs, their wants, their futures, their everything, to be serving them in a way to help them become everything that they're supposed to be. And you have 2 people doing that both ways. I mean, that's a really good marriage.
And even thinking about the personal ledger in relationships, if you're both constantly pouring into one another, depositing into one another, sincerely and genuinely, I'm here to serve you, and vice versa, I just don't see how that could go wrong, right? It goes wrong when there's one person doing that and another person is kind of abusing or neglecting their partner. But I just don't see how that could lead to a bad setup,
No, yeah. I mean, the opposite is just being selfish, like how awful that would be to be in a situation where you have 2 selfish people. I mean, that's just going to be nonstop fighting. The opposite is serving one another.
I honestly can't think of how to describe a good marriage in 3 words. I don't know. I just get like characteristics like humility, love, forgiveness, kindness. Like, those words I think come to mind.
Yeah.
The good love.
That's good.
So yeah, I think you took that one, honey. You took the cake.
I'll take it.
Serving
We'll just
one
go
another.
with that. You can just say, I agree with you, babe.
I totally agree with you, honey.
I stand on that.
Standing on
Business.
business. All right. What advice would you give a couple preparing for the engagement season?
The advice that I would give is take this moment to really get to learn how each other work and operate towards a mission in a project. See how the other person is handling the stress and handling these situations and what is triggering them, because you're going to get a snippet of what that's going to be like in marriage.
That's true.
So in that situation, you can then start seeing, okay, these are the things that are going to kind of maybe push this person the wrong way. Okay, I'm gonna take notes of those things.
Yeah.
Because during that time, it can be a little stressful, but it's also really exciting. So, enjoy your last bits of, not being married.
Not being responsible for another.
Not being
human.
responsible in that way. But then also take that time also to learn and to grow with one another, this is a big party that you are going to be putting on for everybody in a wedding, and that you're going to work together to make that happen. And so it's super exciting. It's super fun. Learn from how each other work and and obviously I've been a project manager a lot of my life. So I think about the project and like how we work together and how we do things together. I would say that's important to try to get that information now and see how you guys work together and how you can become better in that.
I agree. And I would say the marriage is more important than the wedding day. The wedding day is one day. Your marriage is your entire life. So you really should be reading books, having discussions, having healthy conversations.
That's good.
Getting to know one another. Like you said, how are you supporting each other in this time? Because this is kind of like the beginning of kind of forging something together, because you're using so many of your resources to throw the biggest party you've ever thrown before. But again, I would say focus and remember that the wedding day is one day. So that removes pressure from it having to be so perfect. Enjoy it. Take it all in, that your families, that all your friends are there. It's so beautiful. But the marriage is more important. And if you have specific questions about like wedding planning and all of that, we have a whole episode 4, all about that. And I remember it's episode 4 because it was on our 4th anniversary. So check that out.
Yeah. 4 unconventional wedding tips that we gave.
Yes.
So, and that's actually a great idea as well. Like, consider doing things in an unconventional way. It doesn't have to be what everybody says you have to do.
Exactly.
So for more information on that, go check out that episode. Shameless plug.
And
on our own episode.
We're keeping it short and sweet today, honey. So we have a few others, but I'm going to cut us off at this question. So make it a good one. How do you make your speech so uplifting to one another? That is such a sweet question.
That's a good question. I would say the way that I look at it is I look at my wife the way that the Lord looks at her, which is with a million beautiful ideas, constantly thinking about good things about her, and to always say those things and to constantly speak in a way that would only lift her up and build her up, because our words literally can either give life or they can destroy.
Yeah.
And there truly are so important what we say to one another, because they can really, really, like, that one comment can literally stick like a knife in your side for a long time until there's forgiveness and repentance and all those types of things. So, you know, I really do try to look at the person the way that God looks at them and speak that gold into them, or that gold that you see in them, speak that out of them. Uncover that with your words.
That's really good, honey. And to me, like, one of the things that we have kept true to in our marriage that I'm so thankful for is we've never called each other names. Oh, you're such a this. Oh, you're this or the other. And I'm so thankful for that, because the way that I envision it is almost like our souls are a tablet that have our whole story and the words that have been spoken over us, good and bad. And I just don't want anything written on there from me that would need to be healed and repaired later on. With that said, there have been things that I have said about you to you that were out of fear, that were out of insecurity. And it was stuff that we had to really walk through, heal, forgive one another for. And it's just like, gosh, like I didn't even mean that. And I said that out of anger or out of fear. And for what? Like, I hurt the person that I love the most in this world. More than that, I think it's the reminder that before you are my husband, you are a son of God. And I learned this a long time ago in like a little class that I took when I was a teenager, just wanting to wait for my future husband. And it was so cute because the topic was like, yeah, you're a princess, but he's also God's prince. And it was so like such a revolutionary idea for me. But it's true. It's like, I think a lot of the times we talk about our value as women and all that we're capable of. And your value as a man is so important as well, because you are created by God. So Yeah, I think that the words that we say, they don't just go up in the air and disappear. You can't just take it back. There is power in your tongue to bless or to curse, and we get to choose. So I'd rather just not curse the person that I'm building
Yep.
my legacy with.
That's good.
And yeah, I think with uplifting one another, something that I think we're very conscious of is the fact that it's wild because your partner becomes like such a huge part of your inner voice, you know? And when we come into relationships, our partners are the people who can make us feel all the fireworks and butterflies, and also the person who can deflate us the most with just a word, right? It's like in the same way that, you know, people in the street could say stuff to me, but then once your parents say it, it's like, it hurts so deeply because of that
Absolutely.
proximity and that vulnerability within those relationships. And so being aware of that, of like, my words as your wife really do matter. They really do affect your view of self. I'm not just anybody to you. And so if you ever do replay my words in your mind, I want them to be positive. I want you to strive to be better and more of who God has created you to be because of the things that I say about you, and not, you know, going against what I'm saying about you, if that makes sense.
Yeah, and you know, one of the love languages is words of affirmation. You know, and some people that ranks very high on their love meters, like what fills them up. But it's still something for everybody. There is a level for it. Doesn't mean just because it's in last place that it's not important.
That's such a great point, because people have taken these 5 love languages and they're like, I'm acts of service and words of affirmation. Yes. And you still need gifts here and there, and you still need quality time. And we all need all 5 love languages.
Yes.
There's just a few of them that maybe you can give more priority to, but we all need all 5 of them.
That's right. And when you know, so that's something that everybody needs. And you have death and life are in the power of the tongue. Like, you get to choose how you want to talk. And one thing that we have always done that has helped us with uplifting one another is we're always come at it with a generous and grateful and thankful heart. Meaning we will always find things to say thank you about. We will always do our gratefulness thing at night. And it helps us to get into the mindset to always talk about the good things, see the positive things, and not just the negative things that just annoy us, and constantly just talk about those things. You know, so that's something that just a practical level we have done that has helped us to speak in uplifting ways. And another thing I would say is, you know, we don't raise our voices. We do not yell.
I was literally just thinking about that.
We do not yell. We do not raise our voices. That's just a non-negotiable type thing. If that was something that was happening, which I don't think we've ever been in a situation where either one of us have ever yelled or screamed at each other in any kind of way. If that were to happen, like, that would be like okay, we're done. We'll come back later.
We need space. Yeah.
We need space 100%. And, you know, we don't do that. That's something that is like, if you feel the need that you're going to have to yell and scream, that's not uplifting. That's not how God will talk to one another, talk to us. So that's not something I'm going to say.
Yeah. The episode that we have on the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse, we talk about criticism, we talk about contempt and all those things. And that, in the moments of conflict, don't get me wrong, are there moments where I want to say things that I know would reach right there, an arrow right there to your heart?
A little slice right in there.
A big slice. Of course. We have our human flesh.
Of course.
But in those moments, from what we've done is, I just need a second, babe. But honey, I want to hear what's on your mind. Literally, what I'm going to say is not going to be nice. What I'm going to say is, I know is a lie, and I'm feeling it right now, but I just need a moment. I just need some space.
Right. Yep.
And vice versa. You've done the same, and we've had to respect that in each other. And we have also had moments, honey, where we've said, I know this isn't true, or I'm just struggling with fill in the blank. But again, in that, we are not berating one another. We're not yelling at one another. We're not calling each other, you're so this, you're so that.
Yep.
It's never identity statements. It's, this thing really hurt me. And this is how I felt about it. This is what it made me feel.
Yeah.
When this is happening, I feel insecure because of,
Yep.
right?
Use the I statements.
And I think that that's been such a key and really, really helpful because, yeah, like our conflict, I would say, doesn't get drawn out. It doesn't become about something else that it doesn't have to be about. And I think that that's a huge blessing.
And to the last thing to this, I would also say is that when we do say things that we regret, things that we don't like,
Yeah.
things that we felt bad, like, yeah, I shouldn't have said that, we go apologize. And that's called humility. And it's hard to do. You don't want to do it. I am a little bit more reluctant to be the first one to do it. I admit it. You're pretty good at being the first one that would
Here's
come
the
and
thing,
say
Josh barely makes mistakes. So when he does,
I make mistakes.
it takes him a little longer.
No. I make plenty of mistakes.
And then like I make 20 mistakes a day. So I'm like, sorry. But Josh takes him longer. So anyway, go on.
I have to be careful with what I say about that right now. But no, I think that what helps with uplifting speech is knowing I don't have to walk around eggshells as well. And I'm okay. It's okay for me to make a mistake. And if I do make a mistake, I can go and apologize and mean it and get better from it.
Yeah. I feel like this should be a whole episode. So we'll probably dive into that. But
Yeah.
this has been fun, honey. This was our first little Q&A situation.
We had several more, but we're going to just try to keep it short this time.
We're
around.
trying to keep these a little shorter.
I know,
so
we keep talking too much. We're yapping over here.
we're certified yappers. But let us know what you thought about this episode. And we are so glad that you tuned in.
Yeah, if you like this episode and you want us to keep doing them, let us know. And
Yes.
actually, like, for example, in the Reddit Reacts that we've been doing, we had actually great comments saying, like, this is great. Keep it going. We like it. So that just makes us want to do it that much more because
Yes.
it's like, hey, this is connecting. So if you like it, please let us know. We'll continue doing it.
This is truly like a pipe dream for us, you know?
Yeah.
And so when we really do get people letting us know, because this is really just us doing it out of our home and out of a dream that God placed in our hearts.
That's
So hearing your encouragement really does mean so much to us. So
Yeah.
make sure that you like, comment, share, subscribe, and we'll see you next week.
We'll see ya.
You're my sky, you're my